This episode of Business and Brand Awareness, we're going to be talking about the debriefing of business. So, let me tell you what this is. So, you may have come to a place where you're starting out all over again, trying to begin another business, right? And you're like, oh, well, I could still do this and filter this part of the old business and this business. No, you want to debrief from that place because when God has called you into something else, you really can't cycle or recycle something that he has closed the door on. It's about perspective and it's about really starting over again and starting from ground zero. Now, you may have been in a place where it's like, okay, well, God, I closed that business because you told me to, and I just feel like I need to recalibrate some things. And God is like, no, because I called you to this new space. So you got to stop trying to compensate where you once were into what God has called you into now. And how you do that is you gotta peel back the layers of trying to reopen something that is closed. The old cannot come into the new. Your new cannot step back and say, I want to go back to the old because that thing worked. You got to debrief from that mindset. You got to debrief from the things that you thought was bringing you notoriety from that old place. And once you do that, then you got to structure your new mindset into your new business. But how do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. I was once there. I was in a place where I wanted to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just going to share this. So, back in 2011, I enrolled at the University of Phoenix and I was taking up psychology, right? Now, I did not pray about this and I did not ask God. And it was in, I believe, 2012, probably 13, that God told me, I didn't tell you to do that. So come out of that. And I kept on trying to enter into this new space with this old mindset mentality on how to run the structure of a business based on psychology and digital marketing and all this other stuff. And God was like, I did not call you to do that. And I got so frustrated because my mind and my heart was so set on psychology, and not on digital marketing, not on branding, not on this, not on that. And it took me into a place where I was like, this has to go. If God has stopped this and has not called me to it, I did not want to be a double-minded person where God is telling me to do this, but then I'm conforming back to those old ways. And so I really had to grow in some areas by not debunking what God had called me to do. And so it was hard. I cried and I said, you know what? I have to give this up in order for me to go into full purpose. And so if that's you, whatever God is positioning you to come into your new and you're having some battles with him and saying, God, why? Trust him that he will bring you out. Trust him that he is debriefing you from this business aspect because he wants to bring you to a place that he has called you to be instead of what you desire. My name is Jure Clark, and I hope this mini episode of Business and Brand Awareness has helped you. Until the next episode,